Hey guys. Oh hey.
Thank God. It's
Woo!
another Super Gold Sunday. Oh yeah, I felt that.
I just love the
you
woo.
feel that woo.
I do feel that woo.
You do feel that woo.
You don't feel that woo.
I know, and I started that woo. Can you woo woo woo?
Woo!
Yes, and on that woo is going to match the topic that we have for today. Okay? First, before I go into that, how about I do it now? Okay.
Okay.
So, I was talking about it over in our
and tacos,
yes,
our podcast.
Our podcast, and so
I love that name, eggplants and tacos. We should,
Okay. Oh, you about to say like
yes,
rebrand
yes.
this? So, Royal Honey. You can zoom in here and see Royal Honey, Ituma Royal Honey. So this was given to me by Londell. Those of you who watch our vlogs, Londell is Felicia's best friend. And that's my bro. And so he gave me this and was like, bro, this will keep you up all night and this and that. So in my head, I was thinking, did you and Felicia have a conversation?
No,
that
it wasn't in
said
your
that
head because you
I was penis defunct. You know what I mean? Like I'm still a young guy. So I was thinking, I don't think I need this pseudo Viagra pill or honey.
It's not a pill, it's honey.
Honey, yeah.
It's supposed to keep you, it's supposed to make you sexually aroused.
Yes, like make you sexually aroused, and I mean like doggish, like I gotta have it right now.
Like that Instagram video. Do you guys remember the Instagram video that was going around with the wife and her husband?
Oh my God! And he gave her a female Viagra,
and she was like humping him in the car.
She was going wow.
So I think that was
right. So this was what it was supposed to be. So what? The funny thing that we were talking about over the podcast is that I said I led him to believe that I took this. And so if Londell is watching this, Londell never watches our videos. That's not even shade. I'm directly saying you never watch our videos, Londell. But if he does happen to watch this, I did not take this, bro. I did not take this. But I do want to know if anyone has ever taken a sexual stimulant like this. And right, because I say, and this is why I led him to believe that I took it, because he was so excited. Like he was on me like a teenage boy that was in heat. He was like, did you take it? Did you take it? Did you take it? Did you take it? And I'm like, at this point, you're giving me no choice. But I was like, yo, bro, it's about to go down. So I didn't say yes. I didn't say no. But I mean, that's what it was. So comment down below and let us know if you
and it's got
took
VIP
that.
in the corner.
Right.
Maybe I'll take it.
No, you won't.
Why?
Like, what do you... Goodbye.
I need, according to you, I need it.
So, okay. So the reason why she says that, and this is what brings us to the topic.
Role reversal?
Is that there is no secret as to what... I feel like there's no secret about our sex life. We pretty much like laid it out there for folks. Right. There are certain. Oh my! No, my one phone was lost. You remember that? But you were just twerking.
Watching me?
I don't know, but
that was years ago.
Whew. Anyway, the question I just want to ask. Let me get right into it. Is your sex like a playground or an amusement park? And so when we were talking about this, it's actually funny looking at this honey, because I say that we put our sex issues out there. To recap you, I have less of a sexual drive than Felicia does. It is hard for me to say as a man. Yeah.
Is it really?
It is. Well,
I don't believe you, but we'll get into that.
So, right. Okay. Well, I'll tell her. No, we can get into it now.
Okay.
It's not that I have a lower sex drive, but it's that I am more sensitive emotionally when it comes to sex. Like my emotions in sex are like bed buddies. They're hand in hand. And so if I have an inch of turned off, I can't recoup. Like everybody has that moment where they're like, you look at your partner, you're like, I didn't really like that you did that. That turned me off, or you pissing me off right now. But then later on, you can get out of it. And bottom line, it's going down. Typically, men do that. Like you can be pissed off at your female, and it's like, yo, at the end of the day, I'm still smashing. Me, it's total opposite. Like if I am not feeling you throughout the day, it's hard for me to rebound, like to come back and pick up that libido. And so that was a struggle between Felicia and I in our marriage. Question: have I been laying it down? You can use it with your voice because they're not going to hear you.
I know.
I want to hear it.
Yes, you have been laying.
I've been laying it down.
Licking it up, eating it up.
Eating it up. I've been laying it down, yeah. And the reason why though, and I mean, there's still that friction that happens between us.
I've altered my attitude.
Well, yes, and I will give you that, and not that you alter your attitude, like you change who you are, because fundamentally, Felicia is not. You're defending yourself right now. I think
I'm not defending myself.
You are defending the fact I have changed for my man.
Changed.
Yo, listen. You are a day one ride till I die female. You know, so yes, there are certain let me be more specific, because I know I speak in general terms. There are things that you have done that's caused you to change the way that you either act or behave or the way that you think. Yes, you have changed, but what I'm saying is there are some fundamentals about you that will never change, that sometimes may rub me the wrong way because I'm a different personality.
Yes.
And it used to show up in our sex.
Yes.
And so what I've done is I have changed the way that I think about my wife, which to the men, because like as I'm speaking, yes, I want the women to relate to what I'm saying, but I also need the men to, because there's men who watch this. Like, men, if you have a good female, like at the end of the day, she is a woman. Like, you're a man to make mistakes. She's a woman and she makes mistakes. She has a different personality as you. There's certain ways that she doesn't think about things that you, how you think about. The bottom line of what I'm saying is I had to look at my female differently, the way that I was interpreting her. And so I'm like, yo, you don't have to get so bothered by your chick. She gave you 3 children. First of all, like, she kept these children for 9 months in her belly. Could have aborted these little babies if she wanted to. If that was her choice, she didn't. She had them for you. She labored for you, gave birth for you. She cooks, she cleans, she has sex with you on demand if you want it, no matter if she sleeps. I know that's not everybody's story, because I know there's some females who don't do that. But I'm just saying, for men, like, look at the stuff that your chick does. You know what I'm saying? If she cooks breakfast for you, if you're hungry at work and she stops her day and freaking Uber eats you something, yo, like, take that into consideration. And that's what I had to do for myself. Felicia does so much. She goes beyond the mark of what I believe a wife and a mother is. And I don't appreciate her in that way because I get so stuck up in my stupid head. And so then what I had to do was I just had to think about all the stuff that she did. One of the best advice that I got, and it was very simple, is my friend Ray. When I was upset with Felicia one time, we were dating at this point, and I was talking to him like, yo, I don't know if this is going to work, blah, blah, blah. He told me, Ali, pull out your phone. And when you pull out your phone, go to your photo gallery, because he just knew that I had photos of you in my gallery. He said, look at your girl in your photo gallery and say to yourself, yo, I have the baddest chick. Now I was like, simple. And that's really what I have to do every day. But to the point now.
To the point of the vlog.
To the point of this video. Is that
Sharif told me that
right,
he doesn't like to have sex with me.
I've had my defunct areas, but also I had to expose some truth to Felicia about ways that I wasn't pleased in our sex.
So he didn't do it on his own. You know, sometimes you have to corner your man and find out.
Oh, I didn't do it myself. You had to.
No, we were sitting
as always.
In the car
you had
in
to pull it out me, as always.
With our friend.
Right.
And him and I were laughingly talking, and Sharif was like, and I'm like, tell the truth, what's wrong? Because I'm thinking he's gonna blame himself. Like, you need to take Island because I'm great, right? And so Sharif was like, honestly, you know, we used to have amusement park sex, and now we have playground sex. I hope you have some sort of filter or something that you can emoji to capture my essence. Because I was like, what? I get the Emmy
right
in my sexual performance.
Right.
What?
Right.
Well, I guess I was past tense. So I'm sitting around here thinking I'm sitting on a pot of platinum.
Right.
And my husband is in his mind. He's bored.
Wow.
Some men don't make it out the door, but, you know, he's at the playground. I'm like, some playground, depending on the playground you're at, it's not much to do there. Like, if you really think about a playground, right, especially the bootleg ones, there's a slide, it's short. There might be one of those rocky things.
And a rusty swing.
And a rusty swing. One for the baby and one for the big kid.
Right.
And so I'm like, that's the image that immediately came into my mind. And I actually thought about the wooden one behind my project apartment when I was a little girl. And I was like, oh my God, I'm dry and dusty.
You ain't never dry.
I
You ain't
mean,
never dry.
I'm just saying, I had to take myself there.
Yeah.
So I asked him to expound on his point, and he did. And he was just like, think about he a preacher, so he painted the picture for sister. And so he was like, you at an amusement park, you got those highs, you got those lows, you have those twists and turns, there's all these things to do. You got cotton candy, and you got funnel cakes, and you got waffle fry. I'm like, whoa, I'm excited listening to this. But I guess he's not getting that, but we used to. And so then he suggested something about like daytime sex, and that's when I went, two snaps, you're it. Okay, I didn't have 3 kids. Well, I guess when you was at the amusement park, I didn't have school and lunches and no social life and whatever else I'm experiencing. And so, how dare you ridicule me for? I won't say that I'm too tired. I'm never too tired. But I think sometimes I'm a little too like regimented in order like sometimes in order to be creative you have to live outside of yourself.
Right.
And I'm very imaginative. I'm a writer, so I'm like I think I thrive off of experiences and my senses. My senses are basically dead, and I'm sure that stay-at-home mothers can appreciate this. My social life consists of going to PTA meetings and what we're going to do on the weekend with the kids. So I'm not really hands-on in my senses.
Right.
So I'm not thinking about pleasing you in different ways. I'm just thinking about, did it happen for you?
Right.
You done? I didn't lay here? Good. But I guess that wasn't enough.
Right. And to even paint more of a specific picture for those of you, especially who are married, it's like what within that conversation, like the subcategory in that conversation was that Felicia and I have found out that one of the issues that I had was that she makes me feel so good in sex. So she tells me that I feel like a massage. And you all know that when you have that masseuse, you're not like, like you're just relaxed. You know what I mean? And so there would be plenty of days that she would be on her back and getting that massage. And then I would feel her throwing it back when it came time for me to get mine. But I'm like, that's usually, we had a regimen in our sex. We would start this position and then this position and then this position. You know what I mean? And so that was the script.
You never, hearing this again, I feel like, you never. I mean, I'm a hot girl.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was a hot girl before hot girl summer.
That's the truth.
And so to hear this about myself, I was just like, I was taken aback.
Right.
Like a chick was like, I need to go back and call my single friends, and we need to have some conferences, and I did just that.
Right. But why? No. Listen to that, women, because this is what oh my God! I just know what you said. She said gurgling and burgling.
I didn't need you to repeat that.
Okay. Listen to what she said. When I say Felicia went into detective mode to the point that it made me uncomfortable, I'm like, she was talking to any and everybody who was a trusted source that she could. What do you do when you have sex? What do you do when you give oral?
Right.
What do you do? I mean, like, she's interviewing people, and I'm like, okay, like, calm down, we good. No. She's like, no. It got to the point, and then she was so evangelistic about it that like she converted me. So what I'm saying is, like, she went out to the bookstore, to Barnes and Nobles, and bought a book, one of the Zane books, or no, you don't really like Zane, Eric Jerome Dickey. She bought an Eric Jerome Dickey book, and I mean, read that joint front to back, cover to cover, and then like I got enlisted, so I'm searching on Amazon for another book, like, to get her after she finished that one within like a week. And for a stay-at-home mom to do a lot like Felicia does, for you to finish a book within a week, you are the real MVP. That's a lot. So anyway, I started buying books for her. But what I'm saying, like, the importance of that, and like just thinking about it right now, man, it's awesome that I can have a, let's say, complaint, and you find something to complete me. You know what I mean? And so I said, hey, your sex used to be, I know what amusement park sex is like, I don't have bodies under me. Like I don't have a lot of bodies. It's just like pretty much all of my sexual experiences are like with my wife. You know what I mean? So I don't have an array of experiences with women. However, I know what amusement park sex with her was like before having a baby. And we only had like, she was pregnant within a month of us being married. You know what I mean? But even that pregnant puss, woo! But I knew what it was like. And then now you took me from the amusement park to now I'm going to the playground that's down the street from my house out of convenience.
It's these trees, Elder. It's
because
these trees.
Sometimes the park is too expensive to get to, so you just settle for what's free. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is sometimes in your relationship, especially when it goes to the roles of sex, it may be too expensive. It may cost you too much of your time, too much of your creativity, too much of your attention and energy for you to give your partner what you know you are able to give them. But because of all these other roles that are pulling you, you decide to then give them the playground. The playground is still fun, but it's not the amusement park. And especially when I know that I have someone who is an amusement park, I don't want to always go to the playground. The playground has its time, but the amusement park has its time too. And so she did all this work to center herself. You know what I mean? Like to get right back to her point of balance. And she showed me who I knew she was before we had these children, before we had the house, before we moved to a new state, before there was not this anti-social aspect that's happening to us and we're just on this island. You know, and so she did the work. And so ladies, if your man expresses something to you, do the work. And the same thing like for men too. If your woman is expressing something to you, do the work, investigate, be detective, be Dick Tracy in your relationship and find out what it is that you need to do so that you can get back up to par and fulfill your partner. And that's what she's been doing for me. And it took me a while. Like again, like you may not get a man who's vocal because I'm not vocal about how I feel and other experiences that I have in this relationship. And at times, ladies, it takes a lot for you, I know, but you have to think about a man like a circuit breaker. Open this man up and rewire him and show him, oh, this circuit's not supposed to go here. This wire not supposed to go here. We got to do the work on this. Yeah, it takes a lot for you to be the electrician in your relationship and your marriage. But I mean, sometimes that's just the role that you have to play. There are times that I vocalize to Felicia things I don't like, and there's many times that I don't. And she has to do the work to figure out what's going on with me. You know, and on that too, I just think that it's great to have single friends too. Would you agree?
Oh, would you?
I would agree.
You can send them some postcards.
I would agree. It is great to have single friends because single friends, when it's just something about being single, you don't get caught up in the monotony of life. Mm-hmm. And so you have the option to go here and here and here.
I'll be like,
right.
You did what? You did what?
Right.
Where?
Right. Yeah, that's and so it's like those type of stories you don't have to buy a $9.99 or a $12.99 book. You can just listen to your friend on the phone as they're experiencing life and what they're doing. You know what I mean?
My friends have such great tales.
Right. Right. And of course, like I'm not going like the preacher aspect of me because the preacher of who I am. Like I don't live like this double life. Obviously, I'm not saying like, oh yeah, I'm just talking to all my single friends.
Well, you don't talk to any of your friends. I don't, yeah. First of all, your friends are, do you have any single friends?
Yes, I have single friends.
Yes. One man standing.
Right, yes, that's true. One man standing.
And y'all might talk once a year.
That's true. But even when I was talking to him more and he was telling me like his single experiences, it's not like I was like, yeah, smash that chick. Because at the end of the day, what I do want is marriage for anyone who wants that, obviously. I mean, like that's what the Bible says.
Better married than a burn.
But I ain't no judge. So when I'm talking to my friend and he's giving me information, I'm listening. I'm like, oh really? You know, so I mean, it's really cool to have those single friends though, because they will open up your eyes to a whole world that either you forgot about or you didn't know what was going on.
You'll be like, what?
Felicia and I didn't. Well, maybe you knew. I didn't know about no Utuma freaking sex honey. I didn't know about no
would
honey.
we know? Why? First of all, you don't need it. You
Yeah.
only don't want to have the SE when you are mentally going through something.
Right.
Whether it's work or me.
Right. And that's true. See, that's another thing too. And thanks for saying that, because I wanted to make that clear. There are times it's not always her. It's not always like I'm turned off by her. It's like life can turn me off. I can turn off myself. Like I look myself in the mirror and I'm like, wow, you should have been doing better today. You suck, dog. And I just carry that energy on me all day and it does not leave. And so instead of being the aggressor in our marriage bed, I see my wife, like kind of tooted back, and I start to rub her back. And it's like, and I just take like 50 hours to rub her back before I even engage in some type of sex.
I learned that from my single friend. That's called crackpot.
Right, like I'm crackpotting all day.
But on that, y'all, please don't let this get away from us. Please don't let me forget this.
Okay.
On one of the next videos, we do need to discuss the whole reason as to why I'm no longer the aggressor. Because remember, I used to be the aggressor.
Bad.
So that's a whole nother video that I really would like to get into, but I know we're going to forget.
Yep.
And we are out of time today. So please, if y'all want to hear that, say it in the comments, remind me in the future, whatever. But I definitely don't initiate sex anymore. And I'm so accountable for that. And that's so weird because I'm so the aggressor in my life. So the fact that I literally just sedately wait for Sharif to come over and grace me with his presence. Okay. Anyway, y'all, it's been so real. Do you have a take home?
Yes. The take home is this. Actually, it's a call to action. My love, she teach me that like when she was in college. The call to action is this: comment below, comment below and let us know. Do you think that your love, that you're sexing, is a amusement park or is it a playground? Or if you don't feel comfortable with that, email us. Do you have one?
I do.
Yes.
When something seems bad,
turn it around and make something good. Blessings.